Chiefs at backup quarterback when we had Pete Sweeney on yesterday. And as he went through the different possibilities, when he mentioned Anthony Richardson from the Colts, I had just mentioned, of all the guys we were talking about, I like that idea because I like the upside. I like Andy Reid getting his hands on a quarterback with some upside, a guy that can run the football, maybe even after Mahomes comes back, have some packages for him, a guy that can come in and sneak the football. Just, give them something to develop maybe. We've seen a number of examples of quarterbacks that were highly touted, highly drafted, that haven't worked out because they were drafted to the wrong place or they had the wrong coach and they had to bounce around or go to a different organization, and then it clicks for him or then it works out. Well, hey, Sam Darnold just won the Super Bowl, and he had to go to a few places. We talked about Baker Mayfield, even though he was good with Cleveland. They just had their eyes cast upon another quarterback who led them to disaster. The disastrous Deshaun Watson trade. But look at, we can look at Sam Darnold because there was now it's easy. Jake is one of the few people that always thought Sam Darnold would be good. Now there's a bunch of people. I saw it in him. No, you didn't.
Right.
No, you did not.
I was just a Jets curse.
Okay. He spent 3 years with the Jets, and he spent 2 years at Carolina. But then everyone looks at Minnesota where he figured things out. Kevin O'Connell, right? And then going to Seattle. But where was he in between the Jets and Carolina and before he got to Minnesota?
San Francisco.
Yes. He spent time in San Francisco. He spent a year in San Francisco. What does San Francisco have?
Hell of a head coach.
A terrific offensive head coach in Kyle Shanahan. A great system, a terrific organization, a stable organization.
A winning culture.
All of those things. And he got, tremendous tutelage, and I think was able to develop, even though he had been in the league for a while. I think that helped him. And then he goes from San Francisco to Minnesota, and another really good offensive-minded coach in Kevin O'Connell, and he had a bust-out season. And then he goes to Seattle as, more of a finished product. And look what you have. Is he a superstar? No. Is he a top 5 quarterback? No. But he's a good starting quarterback that was able to help his team win a championship. And I'm not telling you that Justin Fields is going to go someplace and help his team win a Super Bowl. But look at the path here. Sam Darnold came into the league when he was 21 years old. He ended up in San Francisco when he was 26. Justin Fields came into the league when he was 22 years old. He's going to be with the Chiefs at age 27. Sam Darnold had 5 years in the league when he ended up in San Francisco. Justin Fields has 5 years in the league when he ends up in Kansas City. And he comes to Kansas City, and for the next several months, he is going to basically run the team. He's going to be the guy because Mahomes isn't ready yet. And he is going to get, and miss me with the criticism of Andy Reid right now. We're talking about something that is it's still valid when you talk about Andy Reid and his ability to coach quarterbacks and his ability to develop quarterbacks. That's still there. And Justin Fields hasn't had anything like that yet. And for him to come to Kansas City and be the guy throughout OTAs and learn under Andy Reid and learn under Eric Bieniemy and be around this culture and be around guys like Travis Kelce and be around Patrick Mahomes and be able to be with Patrick Mahomes on a daily basis and pick from his brain and pick from Andy Reid's brain and to be shown this is the way you do things. This is how you go about being a great quarterback. I'm not telling you he can become Patrick Mahomes, but what I am telling you is he can make tremendous strides over the next 4 or 5 months while he's taking the lion's share of the snaps at practice, while he's in that room learning from some of the best. And is he going to have to start a game or two? We don't know that yet. We don't know. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. But, and I heard someone say this on ESPN radio, and I thought this is a good way of putting it. He's going to go get his master's degree. Or maybe he doesn't have his degree yet from some of the coaching he's received or hasn't received.
He's got his associates.
But he's going to go get his master's degree, and he's going to get the type of coaching that he hasn't had yet. And for him to have other opportunities to go other places, and for him to say, according to reports, that he wanted to come to Kansas City, that's a smart move. And it's a patient move. Because maybe he could go someplace right now where he would be in the running to be the starting quarterback moving forward. But he wouldn't get the same type of coaching, or he'd go to a situation that's set up for failure. And here I just think with this unique opportunity with Mahomes coming back from injury and the chance to work with Mahomes, learn from Andy Reid, be around this culture, I think it's super smart for him to want to be here. And I like the move from the Kansas City perspective as well, because I like the idea of having a quarterback, a backup quarterback that could be a unique weapon. Once Mahomes is healthy, I don't think you have to think very hard to imagine Fields on the field at the same time as Mahomes, or them getting creative, utilizing him as a weapon with his unique set of skills. And it's nice to have a backup quarterback that is young enough and talented enough where you could say with a straight face, yeah, they could develop him. They could turn him into something. And whether that is a guy that's going to stick around here and be a quality backup for a few years, or whether that's a guy that they can coach up and turn into something of value where they can flip down the road, or if it's just a guy to come in and help them get through a tough time right now, a unique situation, and give them a better option than they've had in the past. And so I the fact that they're going to be paying $3 million of his salary and only giving up a 6th-round pick in 2027, I love the move. Now, has his record been good in the NFL? No. Have the teams been really good that he's played for in the NFL? No. He's thrown 52 touchdown passes against 32 interceptions. Over the last 2 years, he's thrown 12 touchdown passes against 2 interceptions. So he's learned to take care of the football. And running the football, I mean, you could see what type of weapon he could be in that regard. And he's one of the best. He's ran for 1,000 yards before. Hell, he might have been the best running back on the team last year. But he's run for almost 2,900 yards and 23 touchdowns. And so, look, based on the available options, the Gardner Minshew cost, what did he sign for? $8 million, $7 million, $8 million? No thanks. For $3 million and a 6th-round pick next year, and the upside he brings, sign me up.
1 year, $8.25 million.
No.
Right. That's the point, yeah.
Huge fan of this deal.
Right.
And I've liked Justin Fields in the past, and I've thought if he could get in the right situation and a coach or a team that would be willing to utilize his skills properly, he could be something. He could turn into something.
Yeah, I mean, he started the season 4-2 with the Steelers before Danger Russ Wilson came back.
So what do you think of the trade?
I love it. I mean, mostly because of the cost. Like, you're not going to go out and get – I mean, the guys that were available, you look at – I mean, just Garoppolo or Flacco or, you know – I mean, those guys are more proven. But, you know, Zach Wilson, not proven. Like, those are the guys. That's what you were looking at as a backup quarterback. And they identified this guy. And I'm willing to bet that when those guys sign, they're going to all sign for more than $3 million.
The talent also.
Right. No, yeah. Like I said, he went 4-2 to start the season with the Steelers back in 2024. And I thought he got a bad shake. You know, he's – there's a lot of potential there. And I think it's exciting to think about the fact that Andy Reid's going to be working with this guy. This guy's going to get first-team reps all through the offseason. You know, I think it's a great move. I mean, you got one of the more experienced backup quarterbacks in the league now. And if you need to use them, whether that's to start the season or at some point in time, God forbid Mahomes goes down, you have one of the most experienced, talented backup quarterbacks in the league that has starting experience.
And I like it because there's still some development there.
Yeah.
That could happen.
He's got tools. Look, we haven't seen a quarterback sneak since, 2019? I'm willing to bet, you know, if you need a quarterback sneak, this guy could do it.
Well, you'll never see it from Mahomes.
Right.
You will never see that.
And you might see it with Justin Fields.
You might see some other things as well.
Right. No, I think it's especially the cost and, I mean, you give up a sixth-round pick.
They love RPO so much in certain situations, bring Mahomes off the field.
Yep.
RPO with him and Kenneth Walker. Or just get cute.
Great packages. I mean,
whatever.
There's a lot of.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to think
based
about.
on what the other options were, what they gave up, how much they're paying them, and the upside of this move for both parties. Love it.
Yeah. Way to go, Veach. It's one less thing we have to worry about.
All right, let's play a couple of clips from Casey Alexander, and then we'll get into the WBC and Venezuela's win over Italy last night in the semifinals that sets up the championship game in the WBC between the United States and Venezuela with royals everywhere, just like last night. Royals everywhere. Man, that's so much fun. I had fun watching that game last night. I sent you 3 clips, Jake. And damn it, I expect you to play all of them. Are you prepared to?
Yeah, I'm just pulling them up now.
Yeah, there was a lot of activity right after we went off the air. As soon as we went off the air, the Chiefs
90 seconds after we went off the
Chiefs
air.
acquire Justin Fields, and then at 11 a.m., K-State had the press conference to introduce Casey Alexander. And so the first clip of the new K-State coach is Casey Alexander answering the question, why Kansas State? Why did he choose to become the head coach of Kansas State?
A lot of people are going to ask, and with great expectation, why K-State, right? And I'm looking at it. Awesome. This crowd, people that are passionate about their team and their school, is the reason why, above all else, that I wanted to be here. And we'll talk about more about it. But I'm really privileged to be here. I'm grateful that you guys are here. I look forward to getting to know literally all of you if I can. So excited about that.
All right. The next clip, and this is going to be interesting again, is when any coach takes over a new program in today's version of college basketball, how much turnover is there going to be on the roster? And we talked about this. He only had a couple of seniors at Belmont. How many players will he be bringing with him from Belmont to help implement his system and start to build the culture he wants? Here he talks about roster retention and what his plan is for the roster at K-State.
I want you to see some consistency. I want you to know our players. I want them to be in the community. I want them to be here consistently. I want to see some retention. All right, I don't want to flip a roster over every season. And that might take a minute or two for us to get to that point. I think we probably have quite a bit of turnover this go around, but we don't want to see that on an annual basis. We want to build a program, and I think that's another thing that really, really impressed me about K-State, but I really authentically believe that it's the kind of place with the kind of people that want that.
All right, we'll play one more clip from new K-State basketball coach Casey Alexander. Here, he was asked about what K-State basketball will look like. What can we expect from K-State basketball now that he's the head coach? What style will we see? And what identity K-State basketball will have under Casey Alexander?
We want to be a style that is fun to play, fun to watch, fun to cheer for, and leads to wins, obviously. We want to be high tempo. Every coach in the world is going to say they want to be high tempo, all right, and get up and down the floor. Not every coach can say they're typically in the top 25 in the country in that category per year or scoring per game. We want to be a high assist team. We want to be a really unselfish team. We want to get a lot of work done at the three-point line, but we don't want to live and die at the three-point line. We want to be really efficient outside the arc, inside the arc. Our team this year at Belmont was the number one effective field goal percentage team in the country. So we had great success offensively through the years, but we do it in an efficient way. It's not a track meet. It's just let's figure out how to get the right kind of players who have the right skills. Above all else, understand what it means to play together, all right, that want to share the ball, that understand what it means to be a great teammate. All the things that this day and age are a little tougher to come by, quite honestly. There's a lot out there that distracts from the business at hand, which is winning. But we want guys that are still committed to that, and that's exactly how we're going to build.
All right, good stuff there from Casey Alexander at yesterday's press conference. Credit to Noah Sacco TV on X for that sound. So there you go. Some comments from the new K-State men's basketball coach, Casey Alexander, who was introduced to the media and K-State fans yesterday at the press conference in Manhattan. We'll take a break. When we come back, Jaime Bluma in studio to talk about the World Baseball Classic Finals, the championship game tonight between the United States and Venezuela. Back after this on WHB. Welcome back to the show. This is New Day with SSJ on Sports Radio 810 WHB. Thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate it. Former Royals reliever Jaime Bluma joins us in studio now. What's up, Bluma? How you doing?
I'm great. Happy St. Patty's Day.
You doing anything?
I don't know. My flight landed last night at 11 o'clock, so who knows? Yes.
How were your travels?
It was one of the more unique experiences I've been a part of. Obviously, I've been talking about my wife, Emily, doing kayak races all over the globe over the last 10 years, but this one was something else down in Florida, the Everglades Challenge, 290 miles from Tampa to Key Largo, and me sleeping in the back of a Sprinter van for 4 days. Interesting. Then we had a little vacation down in Key Largo and Key West afterwards, so a lot of different things went on, and back and ready to go. Not I like the weather, but we're supposed to have spring break camp. Was supposed to have started yesterday over at Blue Valley Rec, but obviously weather terrible yesterday, weather terrible today. So
a little different than the Keys.
Yeah, we're going to start camp tomorrow, which is supposed to be beautiful the next 3 days in the 70s and 80s. So we'll be back out there doing camp. And I got to watch the game on the plane last night, so that was awesome. So, good. How about you, bud?
How about me? That's a loaded question. How about me?
I get updates from people out of town when they go to see where Dolomite is playing at Serve and other establishments.
Oh, yeah, they were at Serve this
I heard.
Saturday.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know till it was too late. That's right
yeah?
down the street from me.
Well, see, usually you're tied up.
I keep tabs on you,
You know?
guys.
Literally, I could hear them playing from my backyard.
Well, walk over.
Well, I didn't know. So then I looked up, like, oh, someone must be started the live music back up at Serve.
Yeah.
And I got on my phone. I was like, damn it, it's Dolomite.
Yeah, we were there for a couple of hours and enjoyed it.
Good.
They had a fake Patty's Day party.
Sure.
Our friend Dane had a couple of tables for us. You could have seen the St. John girls complaining from the minute they got there to the minute we left. So
I had
You know.
seen a couple of Sumo's videos about, say, fake Patty's
right,
Day. Yeah.
Susan wasn't, but my daughters, you know,
I would have taken them inside and played some pickleball.
oh, they'd have loved that. We had a good time there, though. Great place to watch live music, and we had a giant pretzel, which is one of my favorites. Also, I always appreciate when they
Cheese or mustard?
Both.
see. Here we go. You get
Okay.
both. I'm the mustard guy. Susan's the cheese gal.
What, yellow mustard or grainy
This
mustard?
was like stone ground mustard.
Yes, that's where it's at.
That's
Little Dijon.
that's where it's at for me. Now I'll dip a little in the
I got
cheese.
both. Yeah, little
That's fine,
Oh,
but
sure.
when you give me the stone ground mustard, that real good hearty mustard,
No doubt.
I'm a happy guy.
Yes,
I
sir.
want both.
And I was a happy
Both.
guy.
Good for you.
Good for the Royals, this World Baseball Classic. We talked to the Haas, Eric Hosmer, yesterday, and he was raving about what he's seen from these Kansas City Royals. And why wouldn't you? And could I be guilty of going overboard with all this? Sure, absolutely. But if you can't get excited, I mean, hell, Luinder Avila.
It was good last night.
And I know the Royals look at him as a starting pitcher, and that's fine. But boy, when I'm watching him, I'm thinking, is that my next closer? You would have closed some games, Luinder?
I just
Right?
I'll take him however.
Filthy.
He was really good. I'll
Dirty,
take him,
dirty. Dirty, dirty.
Sucio.
Did you see him? We're talking about all these other guys. All of a sudden, this
Yeah.
guy comes in, and I saw there were some people just reacting like, baseball fans in other cities. And so when Avila comes to the mound, and I think, so who's this guy? And then there's another Royals player here in the WBC, and all these people are actually. Well, he plays for the Royals too. What the hell's going on over there? I tell you what's going on. Actually, I don't know what's going on, but I love it.
I do too. I was a little disappointed. Like early in that game, it was either Vinny or Kaggs hit a ground ball, slow roller, and Garcia made a good play on it.
It was Vinny.
There was no mention at that point in time that they were teammates. Like, what are we doing on this?
Royals
broadcast?
on Royals crime.
No.
Like, come on.
No. When I'm not talking, you want to talk about Royals and Royals crime? When Garcia got doubled up at first and kind of slid awkwardly into Vinny, and Vinny fell back. I'm sorry, but just for a split second, I got get up, Vinny. That could have been a disaster. Remember that in the first inning when he got doubled up and Garcia and what's it?
I must have missed that. The first inning.
Jacob Marcy, the center fielder for the Marlins, threw Garcia out at first when he went back to first, and he kind of slid awkwardly into Vinny, and Vinny fell back, fell on his butt. Jake, you remember that? I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
He got up.
I know, but in the moment, like, oh, please, God, don't let that happen. But Michael Garcia, the guy, hey, man, I felt bad for Vinny. I felt bad for Kaggs. In Italy, they had a tremendous run where they make it all the way to the semifinals, and they were holding on to that 2-1 lead until Lorenzen really fell apart. Another former Royal. Lorenzen falls apart and gives up 3 runs in the 7th. But, I mean, going into the 7th inning, I'm thinking Italy's going to do this. They're going to make it to the finals and play the United States. But Acuna ties the game with an infield hit, and this is with 2 outs. And then Michael Garcia, and boy, let me tell you something. Jake, you'd be proud of me. Bluma, you might be proud of me. I don't know. But I don't think the guy meant anything by it, but you could tell he was being negative and fighting with people. I mean, he might have just been trolling. He's a Royals fan. But I had reposted something that I think Talking Baseball had posted of how well all the Royals were performing at the plate in the WBC. And this guy pulled the old Nate comment, spring training stats doesn't matter.
Oh, come on.
And people just jumped on him for me, like, what you think you think that's equivalent to spring training stats? You think that's the same thing? And so I'll offer up, when Michael Garcia came up in that situation, 2 outs, with that pressure in front of that crowd, and he came through with that hit.
It's not spring training.
You think that's the same thing, getting a hit in the 7th inning of a game at Surprise, Arizona, in front of 15 people?
No.
Okay.
I'll take the under.
That
Stadium full of people.
right. That was and
the level of talent.
Guys not working on their slider,
Right.
trying to get someone
Trying to
out.
get you out,
high
yeah.
level pitchers.
Yeah. No.
But that was a great spot. And again, like I told Lebo yesterday, I was torn. I liked the story of Italy, and I kind of wanted to see them make it. Or I did want to see them make it, but also Venezuela. And you see how their fans were celebrating, literally in Venezuela, celebrating in the streets when they beat Japan, and how crazy their fans were. And we love Salvi. We love Mike. Oh, by the way, we love Michael Garcia. He said that's why what's his name pronounced. Did you see that?
That's how he wants it pronounced.
Michael Garcia, because that's what they were calling him. I mean, why do they keep calling him that? And then I started looking through everything. That's it. That's what he said.
Okay.
So Michael Garcia.
Thank you, my friend.
Comes through with a big hit. Avila. But that was awesome. Of course, the guy that comes through with a big hit to break the tie, Garcia.
He's had a great series, man. This is so much fun, and I'm so glad that we get a new champion. I'm glad it's not, Japan or the Dominican. I saw Soto came out and said, we're still the greatest team in the world. Everybody could see that. Whatever, man. You guys have a good team. I get it, but
Shut up.
Get to the championship game and win the thing. And I don't know if we will. I mean, our offense is due to break out a little bit, but I think a little bit of an advantage, and you knew this was going to cost Italy at some point, is they just didn't have a ton of pitching, especially relief pitching. So that's why last night. Cervelli, their manager, I mean, we're throwing it all out here on the table. We're going Aaron Nola, and we're going Lorenzen, our best two guys, and see if we can't get all the way. And they did a pretty good job. But that Venezuelan lineup's really good. And just the energy in that stadium. I was trying to get over there to Miami. I actually ended up flying out of Miami last night. So just a little bit of a buzz down there and a lot of fans in town. You saw a ton of hats at the airport of all the different teams that were represented down in Miami over the week when they were playing down there. So it was pretty cool to see.
Jake, I just sent you this. Play this clip. This was an interview from a couple of days ago on MLB Network. And so I missed this. And then you guys missed this. And then I hear them, they're calling him,
Yeah, I just thought they were just not getting it right.
Right, that's what I thought. I'm thinking, what's going on here? And then I saw a tweet, and I'm looking at the little research. I'm thinking, oh, this was a couple of days ago. Play this interview that was on MLB Network. It's right at the beginning, and he clears it up for us. I'm glad, because I want what he wants. Play it, Jake.
Garcia, and let's get it right. I want you to say to the world, it's not Michael, it's
Michael.
There we go. All right, it's on record. So, Michael, describe your emotions heading into this quarterfinal.
That's all. Yeah, there it is. Jake.
Okay.
Any questions now?
No, it's just I'm gonna mess it up for a while.
Right, same.
Right. Oh, I just did it at the beginning of the show.
Michael.
Yeah, not straight, Michael.
Play it one more. Play it. Okay. So basically,
Michael.
Jake, if not now, but clip that. Make a clip of that. And so now whenever anyone messes up on the show, I want you to have that in the system and play that.
Garcia, and let's get it right. I want you to say to the world, it's not Michael, it's
Michael.
Michael.
There we go.
Okay.
I got to rewire my brain now.
Right.
But when you look at the number of players from the Royals who have not only been featured but have performed so well, we're not even talking about Bobby Witt Jr., but did you see the opening? Well, maybe Jake did. Did you see, who was it, Tom Verducci, who did the opening just before the game about Venezuela? No, about Italy. He was talking about Italy. And whoever Italy's GM is was raving about Vinny Pasquantino and said in his 40 years of baseball, he has not seen a better leader than what Vinny Pasquantino has shown in his role with Italy.
Awesome.
And from leading the meetings before the games and everything else, helping pick the team. And that means something.
Uh-huh.
Chemistry means something. Leadership means something. We've seen a little bit of everything, and doesn't that get you even more excited about what this team could be this year?
I'm fired up for opening day. I can't believe it's 2 weeks from yesterday. So trying to get everything figured out for that going on. It just tells you from a couple years ago when Vinny got hurt at the end of the season and we kind of went in the tank. Not kind of went in the tank. We kind of tanked it after that. How much he does mean to this team. And you could see him maturing into the guy he is right now, and then to get this opportunity with Team Italy and with another teammate with Cags to go over there, and it's a great guy for Cags to be around too. That's his own teammate, to be able to, teach him how to be a leader, go out there and lead by example. And I didn't even realize he was 0 for 12 in the tournament before he hit those 3 home runs against Mexico, and put the team on your back. And I mean that's the only game they've lost in the entire World Baseball Classic. Was last night, and they're leading that game after 6 innings. So what an amazing job by those. I mean, a couple of guys on that coaching staff, from all the things that I got to do in Italy with World Baseball Classic and WBSC.
Now, when were you in Italy?
I was in there parts of 6 different years between 2010 and 2019.
So were you there when Vinny was there? I think it was when was he there?
More recently. We haven't done anything over there since COVID happened, so that kind of put a kibosh on that. But it was fun to be over there and see some of the guys coming through, and some of the Cervelli was over there. The guy that I dealt with was a guy named Andrea De Oria.
But that's a big deal for them to see.
It's an even bigger deal now.
Yeah.
It was already starting to get a big deal, getting to be a bigger deal. We had the Royals had signed a minor league or a free agent 16-year-old. I can't even remember his name. It was the highest that they'd ever signed anybody out of Europe, like 1.2. Was a middle infielder that could really run. Didn't pan out for him, but I know in that mid 2015 to 2018. It's getting to be a big deal over there, and I had the pitching coach from that national team back then, just to see, and Netuno Anzio, and you heard him talking about it a little bit on a couple of the broadcasts, because a bunch of the players, the parents got to learn baseball from our troops when they were over there in the 40s. Like Netuno Anzio was where our United States base was, and that's where baseball kind of got to be a big deal. And this is the first time, and I heard this on the broadcast last night, that they've broadcast national games nationally, and half the country watched it. So to know what I had seen back there, 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago, and for this to have happened and to get to the semifinals of this, man, I can't be more happy for those guys and how that's going to change. It reminds me a little bit about Royals here in 2013, 14, and 15, where nobody even really cared, and now every single kid here in Kansas City wants to play baseball. You're watching it on TV, and you really start a movement. That's really cool to see.
And they asked Vinny what the message was that he was hoping, if there was, kids in Italy watching this and watching the Italian team perform so well, and he said, in 20 years, I want this to be you, and I want this team to be filled with players from Italy, and that means something to Vinny Pasquantino. And that means something to you because you were a part of that, and that's really cool to see that. And so this is why the World Baseball Classic has been so awesome. You want to take a break and play this? We'll take a break, and we'll play what Tom Verducci said about Vinny Pasquantino before the game last night. Back after this on WHB. Stephen St. John here for my friends at Kansas City Credit Union. And if you have been thinking about becoming a member, you should absolutely look into it, because Kansas City Credit Union is awesome. I'm a member. My son Richie is a member. And if you want more information, visit kansascitycreditunion.com/810sports. If you work, worship, or reside in Jackson, Cass, or Clay County, Missouri, you are eligible for membership. And they have great offers and perks for their members. They have auto loans at highly competitive rates, home, RV, and motorcycle loans at competitive rates. And if you're looking for the right loan, they have expert financial advice and personal service to help you choose the right loan. And they're always more willing to work with their members, even if the credit score isn't ideal. So for more information, visit kansascitycreditunion.com/810sports. And when you talk to Kansas City Credit Union, tell them Stephen St. John sent you. All right, here's this clip of Tom Verducci last night introing the game before everyone's favorite Ken Rosenthal talked about Venezuela. But here's Tom. I like Tom Verducci, though. Here's Tom Verducci talking about Vinny Pasquantino last night before the game.
Vinny Pasquantino, the first baseman, you know him for his power. 32 home runs last year, 3 in one game against Mexico this year. But in the WBC, he has expanded on his power. The captain helps run the pregame hitters meetings. You'll see him during the game constantly talking to teammates about the opposing pitcher. And oh, by the way, he makes a mean cup of espresso in the dugout, hands out red wine to his teammates after the game, and leads the team in singing along to Bocelli and Sinatra on team charters. GM Ned Coletti has been in the game for more than 40 years, and he says Pasquantino is as great of a leader as he has ever been around. Vinny Pasquantino is El Cuore, the heart of Team Italy. Now here's Ken Rosenthal.
Yeah, shut that off.
That's nice. So did he end up getting a coffee deal? I had heard he had gotten a coffee deal.
Yeah, it looked like he got a deal with Starbucks.
Oh, okay.
But, I mean, that was high praise, though, wasn't it?
Well, Ned Coletti's been around the game a long time. So, and what a unique opportunity for guys in his boat that didn't used to exist. Yes, there's Olympics. And that's coming up in L.A. in 28, too, so there's going to be another opportunity for something like that for other countries, too. And I think depending on how you finish in this determines whether – you're in that Olympic pool, so that's going to be similar to this. So for a guy in our organization to be able to take that step forward and become the face of the Italian baseball WBC teams, man, that's all. Makes me more excited for him being on our squad, and we get him for the rest of the year, 2 weeks, a week from Monday.
It's unbelievable. And when we come back, we will play we got to hear from Michael Garcia. Unfortunately, it's with Ken Rosenthal. I've had enough of him.
You've had enough of Ken Rosenthal?
Yes, I have. From when he tried to stare down the cameraman last year in Milwaukee, remember when?
Right, the bench or whatever.
Yeah.
That's...
And just about the things that Mike Boddicker has told me and just other stories out there. I think
bow tie.
It seems like everyone on social media, everyone collectively has had enough of Ken Rosenthal. I don't know how you feel about it. But
to be honest with you, I'd take him or leave him.
Yeah, well,
I like me some Jason Stark. There's some other guys I like a lot better.
Sure.
Yeah.
I like Verducci.
Sure. I do like Tom.
I think he's really good.
What's your plans for St. Patty's Day today? Got your little
or go home and go
hat
to bed.
on like you're going to do a little Irish jig at some point today?
This hat's from Ireland.
I
love it. It is.
Right. You have the official St. Patty's Day Royal hat. Yes.
I don't know. I was thinking about going over to McGregor's Butcher and Bistro and grabbing some food. But
probably hit Conroy's. It's right by my house. Grab Guinness up there and say Nick and Jake's. And
I'm also thinking about going home, too. So, and grabbing nothing.
I gotta have a little Irish in you today. Come on now.
Oh, easy. Hey, my dad's Irish.
There you go.
You got Irish in me every day.
I wish I could meet up and have a pint with your father today.
Yeah. That would be something.
Is he coming opening day?
No.
Too many people.
Oh, no, yeah. Those days are gone. I don't think no more games for Steve St. John Sr. He likes to watch on the television, though.
Sure.
We'll be right back after this on WHB. What's up, Kansas City? Stephen St. John here for my friends at Joe's Kansas City Barbecue. And Joe's Kansas City Barbecue, during Lent, many of us are looking for something delicious to eat involving seafood on Fridays. And let me tell you, if you've been looking for something good, then you need to check out Joe's Kansas City Barbecue and their Lenten menu. And that's where I'm going to go on Friday because they have a couple of options that look damn good to me. The soft shell crab or the shrimp po' boys, available every Friday until Easter. You could choose between a soft shell crab or fried shrimp served on a toasted bun with Joe's coleslaw, sliced tomatoes, and their house-made remoulade. And you get the sandwich and your choice of side for $15.99. And, of course, Joe's always offers the smoked portobello mushroom Z-Man all day, every day as an additional option. So if you can't decide where to eat on Friday, enjoy the Lenten menu at Joe's Kansas City Barbecue. And don't forget, download that Joe's To Go app, and you can order on the app and pick up and not even leave your car and be ready to roll for Friday. Joe's Kansas City Barbecue. And when you stop by Joe's, be sure to tell them SSJ sent you.
New Day with SSJ is brought to you by Walker Medical Linen Service.